JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is known as an object-oriented programming language, meaning programs are organized around objects or data rather than logistics and functions. Its purpose is designed to ease the process of web development. JavaScript is used to create responsive, interactive elements for web pages, which enhances the user experience. What are the uses? It's used in client-side scripting language, meaning its code is written into an HTML page. Some applications you can build using JavaScript are websites, web applications such as Google Maps, and mobile applications for non-web extents. Jobs range from being a front-end web developer who builds the visual parts of a website to a web application developer who creates web-based software apps like interactive online forms and shopping carts, video and photo editors, etc. Many organizations such as the Alamo Drafthouse to IBM are seeking employees with JavaScript skills.
What is the development environment of JavaScript? As we know, JavaScript is primarily used on web pages in order to make them more interactive and also implemented with other languages like HTML. The most common way is to use an IDE, or also called Integrated Development Environment, such as Visual Studio Code 1.3 to speed up the coding process, since an IDE usually includes debuggers and capabilities to profile your code. Another way is to use editors such as Sublime Text 3. Editors are basically text editors that aren't as complicated as an IDE but still have multiple functions and help speeding up coding. The last way is to code straight into the script of HTML in the head and body sections of a web page's code, as shown in the bottom left corner. Usually the code you compile in an IDE or in a text editor is pasted into the HTML of a website regardless. For larger scripts and more complicated programs, you can create a separate JavaScript file for HTML to reference, shown in the right picture. Inserting a script allows HTML to reference the directory where the script is located and will reference that when executing the code.
For language syntax, first are examples of declaring variables. Either the var or let keywords can be used to define them. You can also specify global or local. And these are 7 data types and examples of each shown. The decision statement syntax is made up of if, else if, and else. The syntax for coding it can be seen on this slide. Output statements require the write, open parenthesis, close parenthesis method. The syntax is period, WRITE, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, with expressions inside the parentheses. The syntax for while and for loops is shown here. The for loop requires 3 statements, a variable, range, and iterator. The while loop similarly requires a condition. In order to find out more info about JavaScript and how to learn more, here's 5 helpful free websites that are available to reference. These websites actually help you get started with JavaScript, and they provide tutorials and examples on how to use JavaScript. There's also an interactive way to learn the language on javascript.com, where the website will give you different exercises and practice problems in order to use JavaScript, and is very helpful in learning the language. Websites are a great way to learn programming languages fast because it's easy access, so you should go check out these websites if you really want to learn more or get some practice in. There are also many helpful books and ebooks that are useful in learning more about JavaScript. These will be used in understanding concepts and researching more into more complicated programs. I hope you guys got a really cool idea of what JavaScript is and hope you guys go check it out.